ER Live.
Channel 4 News is next here tonight. A light plane crashes right into a local home. It's happened before in the same neighborhood. A live report.
And Nora leaves its mark on Seal Beach. The latest on the rain, the damage, the floods, and the forecast coming up next.
ER.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Something new for everyone.
Oh, man.
New doctors.
What happened?
New problems.
The next ultrasound of his brain could show bleeding.
New surprises with a new student.
I'm not actually all that interested in working with patients.
Excuse me?
New fires for old flames.
Morning, Carol. Did you sleep well?
I did, yes. Thank you, Doug.
A new obsession is growing stronger. And the season's just beginning. All new ER, NBC next Thursday.
Ellen DeGeneres is coming out tonight. This time to visit Jay for some laughs, along with the one and only Dennis Rodman. Your local news is next.
Up next on the news tonight, this is what happened after one of the live broadcasts of ER tonight. That's the cast and crew bursting into cheers. We'll take you behind the scenes to the celebration you'll hear from the stars. We'll show you how they pulled off scenes like this. What went right, what went wrong. Channel 4 News at 11 coming up next.
For one newscast, the Channel 4 News at 11.
A small private plane crashes right into a home here locally tonight. 2 people are killed, 2 people are hurt. It's the same kind of deadly crash that has happened here before. Now tonight, the neighbors are living through this nightmare once again. Good evening, everybody. It's 11 o'clock, and I'm Paul Moyer.
And I'm Colleen.
Right here on NBC4, the hit drama ER. Broadcast live for both coasts. That means twice. And despite the gripping intensity and all the action at breakneck speed, you know something? It worked. Patrick Healy is live at the Warner Brothers studio here in Burbank, where the show ended minutes ago. Patrick, what's out there? Relief, maybe?
That's one of the emotions, Paul. You know, and perhaps the most dramatic outburst of emotion came not during the landmark broadcast itself. I'm voting for the explosion of relief, joy, downright happiness that engulfed the cast and crew moments after the daring episode ended.
3, 2, 1.
Who could question their exuberance? The ER cast and crew had just concluded the kind of dramatic challenge live TV has not tackled in 40 years, on a scale TV's pioneers never imagined. The premise of presenting the emergency room through the eyes of a documentary camera, cleverly designed in technical miscues as part of the script. So who could tell scripted mistakes from unscripted ones? As Eric LaSalle put it after the red light went off,
We're going to Disneyland!
as Paul mentioned now, having to do the program live for both the East and West Coast meant walking the tightrope without a net twice. In our next report in a few minutes, we're going to show you some more outtakes, segments from the East Coast version we did not see here on the West Coast, show you how the crew had to vamp at times when things did not always go to plan. Reporting live from Warner Brothers, Patrick Healy, Channel 4 News. Paul and Colleen.
All right, Patrick, thank you. We actually thought there were a few glitches in there until we realized they were in the second show, too. They built them in.
That's right. No outtakes on live.
Yeah. Today, there was a stunning end to the Marv Albert sex trial. Marv Albert pleads guilty. Then he is all of a sudden fired from NBC. He is still facing a sentencing. His message to the public is next.
In a spectacular nighttime launch tonight for the Space Shuttle Atlantis, we will show you how it went.
Made public for the first time, secret FBI documents about John Lennon. We'll have details on that.
And how the West Coast Live ER compared to the East Coast Live ER. What went wrong? What went right? We'll hear more from the stars tonight.
And looking live at downtown Los Angeles, it's the proverbial calm after the storm. I'll have the full AccuWeather 5-day forecast done completely live, folks, every night. Stat.
Outside the courthouse today. Tonight, his lurid sexual assault trial is over. His sportscasting career appears to be in shambles. And it was Albert himself who brought the case to a startling end today. The sportscaster cut a deal with prosecutors and pleaded guilty. Hours later, NBC Sports fired him, and he quit his cable job as well. He pleaded guilty to assault and battery, but the most serious charge of sodomy was dropped. The trial came to an end after 3 days of graphic testimony about his sex life. It was a longtime lover who accused him of viciously biting her on the back in a hotel room in Virginia.
I just felt that I had to end this ordeal for myself, my wonderful family, fiance Heather, my friends and supporters.
Albert's attorney accused the judge of gutting his case by not allowing evidence about the accuser's past. Sentencing is set for October 24th. Albert could get a maximum of a year in jail. Until then, he says he will try to reconstruct his personal and professional life.
Colleen, it was 40 years ago today that 9 African-American students were jeered and threatened as they walked through the doors of Little Rock Central High School for the first time. Today, 40 years later, they returned, and the President of the United States held the door open for them. President Clinton welcomed the Little Rock 9 back to Central High today. In 1957, the African-American students integrated the school, escorted by Army paratroopers.
40 years ago today, they climbed these steps, passed through this door, and moved our nation. And for that, we must all thank them.
Today, Central High School student body is 65% black. And for years, they've been stamped top secret, but tonight, all but 10 of the FBI files on the late John Lennon have been made public. This is UC Irvine professor John Weiner. It was his pursuit of the classified documents that finally led to their release today, disclosing such things as Lennon's financial contribution to political groups, his refusal to attend political demonstrations if they threatened to turn violent, and his part of that was trained to say, his parrot that was trained to say, right on. Professor Weiner wonders why things like that were kept secret for so long.
Coming up right here, we have more on our weather. Looking live from a camera in Long Beach tonight, Fritz shows us exactly what to expect next.
And incredible pictures as the Space Shuttle Atlantis lifts off in a spectacular nighttime launch.
And this is really sort of the same story, only horizontal instead of vertical. Wild video here. The land speed record shattered. Fred will show us coming up.
Plus, got money? You're going to need some more to get milk. We'll explain.
Plus this. Okay, no malpractice here. Everything goes great, and the cast celebrates. Behind the scenes at the live ER season premiere, next.
Next, Rosie Murphy Brown is...
The crew of ER is still celebrating their remarkable live performance tonight on NBC. Let's go back again live to Patrick Healy at Warner Brothers Studios, where ER originates and just wrapped up for the evening. Major choreography going on out there this evening, Patrick.
Very major, Colleen, and so now they've got 2 hours, 2 daring hours of live television drama under their belts after 8 days of intensive rehearsal. The ER cast and crew now torn between exhaustion and giddiness at their triumph. At first, you thought the out-of-focus camera was a technical goof-up right off the bat. But no, it was just part of the ER plot. Documentary cameras have been allowed inside the emergency room, and we, the viewers, see the episode unfold through their eyes.
Look at him. Bet he wishes he could read lips. Hi there, dumbass.
Doug, he's waving.
You got Mike.
Oh, my God, do you think he could hear me?
Turn it off.
When we do it live, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I made a couple of mistakes, but but I just kept on, so.
But overjoyed writer Carol Flint had no complaints.
I felt like we were doing theater for the people at Warner Brothers.
With 2 performances in the same night, 1 for each coast. And you marveled as intricate scenes unfolded, the emergency room brawl, the little baby girl who cried on cue.
You pulled it light over here. I know, sweetheart. Hang on.
But that baby was amazing. That baby stopped for George's life.
Yes.
As you watched on the east or west coast, you had to wonder, could they pull that off twice? Well, let's split the screen and watch that same scene again and see how close they compare.
I know, sweetheart. Hang on. Now, did you see how the bite happened?
My phone did. I ran out to get the phone and
Perhaps the closest ER Live came to a show-stopping mistake was in the fight scene in the broadcast for the East Coast, when the actor needed at the front of the set to end the scene was knocked down before he got there.
He had to fight his way back up off the floor with some other people holding him down because it turned into a melee to get to the camera to get us the commercial. So.
Well, he kept his feet for us here on the West Coast. Reporting live from Warner Brothers, Patrick Healy, Channel 4 News. Now back to the studio.
All right, Patrick, just a little observation from the set here. There were two different babies. One had curly hair, and one had straight hair.
We know they didn't just roll tape for the West Coast, don't we?
No.
Huh? How'd they get the baby to cry? Don't know. Coming up, bad news about Moo Juice for consumers. We'll explain.
Fred.
Also coming up, 3-team trade involving NBA All-Stars. How fast is fast? How about 700 miles an hour? And a former Dodger head-hunting at Coors Field. How did the Dodgers handle the pennant pressure tonight? We'll let you know.
All-wheel drive, cross-country, from Volvo.
1 minute to showtime, Jay.
Okay, Roberta, thanks a lot. I'll be right there.
You guys want to give me a break? Go home already. It's over.
Hey, no, it's all this.
That's this documentary film crew we used on the live ER tonight. I can't seem to shake them. Go home already.
All right, get lost, will you? The show is over. Wait, I got an idea. Look, give me that laptop.
You think that'll work?
It'll work. It'll work on these guys. They don't look that bright.
Hey, guys, look, it's George Clooney. Ha! It worked.
The NBC studios in Burbank, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Featuring Kevin Eubanks and The Tonight Show Band. And me, I'm Ed Hall. Tonight, Jay welcomes from Ellen DeGeneres. From the Chicago Bulls, Dennis Rodman. And the cop who caught a crook by barking like a dog, Vinny Bazane. And now, Jay.
Tonight Show, folks. Before I get started, I want to clear up some viewer confusion. I think people were confused about this. You know the Fox show Party of Five? That is not about a date with Marv Albert. Okay, there were questions. Apparently, people seemed confused. I guess you heard they settled the Marv Albert case today. Yeah. Marv said he wanted to spare his family and his friends and his fiancée any further embarrassment. Well, that was a good move. Thank God he nipped it in the bud, huh? Before it got out. I mean, oh, man. Imagine if that stuff got out. Oh, my God. People be talking. Oh, God. I guess Marv, he pleaded guilty, which I don't think people expected to happen. He pleaded guilty to this assault charge. Now he has to wait for sentencing. And it's expected he'll be given two choices for his punishment, either a year in jail or 6 months announcing Clipper games. So I don't know. No, that's not good. Yeah. As you know, I'm sure you know this story. This woman accused Marv Albert of asking her to be in a threesome, forcing her to perform an illegal sex act, and biting her on the back, or as they call it in Hollywood, an audition. Pretty standard, yeah, pretty standard stuff, yeah. But you know, this whole biting her on the back thing, see, that shows the difference, one of the basic differences between men and women, right there. She's looking at him as a meal ticket, he's looking at her as a meal. See, right there, you say, see, this is why they can't. Well, you know what's interesting about this whole thing? Marv Albert's defense wasn't that these events didn't happen. He never said they didn't happen. He said that it was consensual. She agreed to it. See, there's too much physical evidence to deny that it happened. I mean, not only does she have the bite marks, but, you know, Marv has the visible panty line. So right there, you know, right there, that's going to give it away. You know, people see, you can see. And I guess, you know, it was just getting... You know, I'm glad it ended, because there was just more than I wanted to know. I mean, yesterday, I guess another woman came forward, and she said 3 years ago, Marv Albert attacked her in a hotel room wearing nothing but panties and a garter belt. Did you hear that story? Well, do you see what happened earlier today, right before they made the settlement? I guess another woman came forward to claim that when they were both in the 7th grade, Marv Albert attacked her wearing a training bra. So I just say to myself, oh, man. Well, that's not all. Yeah, the prosecutor. Yeah, I guess the prosecution had a surprise celebrity witness. Apparently, Tom Jones is going to testify. He was once hit in the face by a pair of panties thrown by Marv. So, I don't know. Yeah, look. And you know what's interesting? And this was bound to happen. This always happens at these kind of trials. Many protest groups show up and hang around the courthouse. Feminists were there protesting the way he treated women. Religious groups were protesting the deviant sex. And animal rights people were furious that he was wearing that raccoon on the top of his head. You know, oh, geez. Yeah, but even though, you know, it's interesting. Yeah. And I guess you heard NBC fired Marv. Yeah. However, which isn't interesting, his toupee will remain the property of NBC. Yeah. And that's going to be worn by Willard Scott on the Today Show. So, yeah. But you know what's interesting, though? I got to give Marv credit. All the publicity from the trial hasn't kept him from just going out and enjoying himself. Except now he went out without the toupee earlier today, and I guess he was up to his old tricks. We caught up to him in a bar. Can we show that footage? Here he is picking up another woman. Yeah, as you can see that. Yeah, apparently you see that. Well, let's see what else is going on. Oh, this weekend, President Clinton is scheduled to attend his high school class reunion in Arkansas. Oh, boy. That's pretty cool, going back to your high school as President of the United States. Hey, Susan, how about now? Huh? That's pretty cool. And now, what's that like for the rest of the guys? You know, I'm thinking of that. You know, you're trying to impress the homecoming queen, telling her about your new job as assistant manager down at Blimpie's. You know? Then the leader of the free world walks in. You know. Anyway, I make all the sandwiches myself. Hey, and you know, at his class reunion, there's always going to be that one stupid guy at class, you know, who he's going to like act like he's not impressed. Excuse me, I know you're not wearing a name tag. Clinton? What were you in the drama club? But that's pretty cool. You know, that. Go back to your high school as president. Have that history teacher audited. Sorry about your tax problems. That's cool. That's the greatest thing about it. See, that shows how immature I am. That's the only reason I would want to be president. So I just forget world peace and all that. Go back to that high school reunion. Yeah. Well, this Saturday, new immigration rules go into effect that will require all immigrants who are here illegally to leave the country Saturday. This is true. Well, they got to leave the country before they can get their green card. In fact, tens of thousands of people are expected to leave the U.S. from Mexico. You know, that's going to cause huge problems. I hope they don't collide with the tens of thousands of people who are coming in from Mexico. With water, you have that big problem down there. Oh, gosh. Oh, here you go. Listen to this. Dairy producers announced today the price of milk's going up 17 cents a gallon next month. You hear about this? 17 cents. Oh, yeah, please. You see their new ad? They're very cocky. Look at this. And the other night, our pal, Lisa Gibbons, you know Lisa from her TV show, who was expecting, went into a false labor. She was admitted over there to the Cedars-Sinai's exclusive maternity ward. You know, it's interesting. You know how they can tell in Beverly Hills when a woman is ready to give birth? Apparently her Evian water breaks. Yeah, you see. Evian water. Oh, listen to this. Here's something odd. This seems creepy to me. School officials, I guess in Chester, Pennsylvania, want to start handing out birth control now to 6th graders. 6th graders, huh? Wow. Oh, man, remember the good old days when kids would wait till the 8th grade before they did anything? Now, what is that, 11? What is 6th grade, 11?
Yeah,
huh?
That, yeah.
Forget sex. When I was 11, I couldn't get to second base in baseball. Forget girls. I mean, what is that? Oh, my God. And the other night in Chicago, the Rolling Stones kicked off their big U.S. tour. Well, you know... know what's interesting? This is the 13th time they've toured North America. And of course, back when they started touring, the big concerts were a lot easier to do back then because, you know, all the continents were connected. You know, so they could just, they could just drive to the gig. Because now, you know, it's a grip thing happening, yeah. You know what's amazing about the Rolling Stones? They are the only major rock band in history where the band is eligible for pre-boarding when they get to the aircraft. You know, they just kind of get up there and, okay, go ahead, Mr.
That's bad, Jay.
Well, you know, we do jokes about their age, but their audience, come on, the Stones' audience is not getting any younger either. In fact, you know what the #1 requested song at Chicago's concert was? Hey, You, Get Off of My Lawn. Do you know that one? Hey, you, get off my lawn.
I don't know that song, Jay.
Hey, you, get off my lawn. Yeah. Well, let's see what else. Oh, yesterday, NASA officials declared the Russian space station Mir safe. Yeah, not taking any money under the table there. Yeah, no roaches in the restaurant either, sure. Well, I guess they're sending another American astronaut on board. I don't know. Do you see the footage of the guy today? Show that footage from Cape Canaveral. Here is NASA. Look, I don't know how anxious this guy is. Yeah.
Space shuttle little land.
That's the latest space helmet that they wear, too.
Nice.
Is that from Forbidden Planet, 1956? I asked for a space suit. That's what they send over. It looks like... Oh, here you go. In the Nevada desert this week, a former British fighter pilot became the first man in history to drive a car over 700 miles an hour. But he did not set the land speed record because you have to do it twice in 1 hour. That's the rule. You have to do it twice in an hour, and that's tough to do. In fact, you know, that's why Marv Albert brought that second guy in, because you're not going to set that record. You have twice. You've got to do it twice. And finally, let me ask you something. I hate these kind of commercials. Have you ever seen this obnoxious ad for this feminine hygiene product called Vagistat 1? Where the girl is going like this, like she's scoring some kind of touchdown or something, and what kind of name is Vagistat? You know? Doesn't that sound like some kind of statistic that Wilt Chamberlain would have kept, you know? I'm saying, hey, you guys. Hey! How would you guys like to see my lifetime Vagistat? It's pretty good, huh? Yeah. Woo! Yeah, 20,000. 20,000. Now, folks, as you probably know, the big live season premiere of ER was tonight. And right now, we'd like to go to the set of ER. We have a satellite hookup with one of the cast. I'm not sure who it is. Let's see if we can find out. Hello? Set of ER there? Oh, looks like I'm static.
Hi, Jay.
Oh, wait, No, I'm sorry. I think there's a mistake. We were supposed to talk to one of the stars.
That would be me, Jay. I'm on the show every week.
Really? You are?
Yeah, I play a corpse.
A corpse?
Yeah. Here, maybe you'll recognize some of my work.
All right, let's take a look. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, yes, I do. I do remember you surprised. You know, it's amazing how you can keep that same expressionless face the whole time.
Well, I studied at the Steven Seagal School of Acting.
Really? Now, do you enjoy playing the role of a dead guy?
Oh, that's great, Jay. I don't have to remember any lines. I don't have to think of a character's motivation. Basically, I get paid to lay down and die, just like the LA Dodgers.
Really?
You know, on last week's show, I choked and turned Dodger blue.
Really? Oh. So how are the people on ER to work with? Do you like working with them?
Oh, they're terrific. And that Juliana Margulies, she's so hot. Every week I purposely go into cardiac arrest just so she can straddle me and give me mouth to mouth.
I say, well, look, let's talk a little bit about tonight's live episode.
Okay.
What was it you died of tonight?
Lack of medical insurance. It's very common in the ER.
Really, really?
And the country.
Now, what would you say was the most difficult thing about doing a live show?
For me, Jay, bladder control. I had to lie here for an hour. Thank God for June Allison.
I see.
Well, and all her products.
So did everyone think you did a good job on the program?
I got rave reviews, Jay. In fact, I was so convincing as a corpse, I was offered the lead in the Keith Richards story.
Really? Well, look, thank you. We'll keep an eye on you next week's ER. Thank you very much. show tonight. My first guest made a few headlines last year. She stars in her own sitcom. One of my favorite people, one of the funniest women around, Ellen DeGeneres. My second guest, no stranger to headlines also. Maybe he'll tell us if he's a Chicago Bull again tonight. We might find out. We might find out what Dennis is doing tonight. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman. And from Lancaster, South Carolina, a police officer who caught a crook by pretending to be a dog. See, this is kind of like, like kind of a MacGyver kind of guy. Vinny Bazane is here. Vinny Bazane is here. We'll be right back with My Day after this message from Ocean Spray. Right after this.
So, as far as timing goes, first we'll rip out the old stove, then the sink, and we're going to blow holes in the back wall for the windows and the sliding glass doors. Next week, we're going to inexplicably disappear. We'll leave your kitchen exposed to the elements 5, 6 days. You're not going to be able to reach us, so don't even try. When we do come back with the new appliances, they're probably going to all be wrong. But trust me, when this is over, you're going to want to kiss me full on the lips.
That's refreshing honesty, just like the bold taste of Ocean Spray's Cran Raspberry. Ocean Spray, it's refreshingly honest.
The word is out. I'm not gay. Siskel and Ebert call In and Out hilarious. 2 thumbs up. And time cheers. It's out and out fun.
Are you?
What? Homeroom teacher. In and Out. Stay tuned. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
There are people who believe the world is radically different than how it appears on television. Would you like to be one of them?
Y'all try my fish cake?
My plate's full.
My plate's full, too.
Miss Bean can't cook.
Fox 2000 Pictures presents a story about the good times we celebrate.
I was the man. Yeah.
The bad times we survive.
Can we talk about this?
Talk about what?
And the recipe
Thank you for always supporting me.
that makes us a family.
You my sister, girl.
Soul Food. Rated R. Come and get it tomorrow, only in theaters.
Agent 18. We meet again. For the last time, I'm afraid.
You'll never get away with it, Mistopheles.
What? World domination? Behold! My master plan.
Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by.
There's a cable or something inside.
That's groove, doesn't it?
No matter how much or how little you spend, some PCs lack the power to help you conquer much of anything. When your PC is powered by the AMD K6 MMX Enhanced Processor, awesome speed and multimedia are on your side.
As I look out in the crowd, I realize many of you are probably thinking the show is only an hour long. You know, what does Jay do all day? Besides overseeing my chain of celebrity restaurants, the Hard Chin Cafe, Kev, I know you've been down there.
Very nice dishes.
Kev, you enjoyed some delicious meals down there?
Absolutely, man.
I got a pretty full schedule. So, you know, people say, oh, well, what do you do all day? You know, I travel with that camera crew.
All right.
I decided to bring a camera with me, just record a day in my life, just to give you, the home viewer, a chance to see what a day in my life is like. Take a look.
I usually get to the studio about 8:30 in the morning. After arriving, the first thing I do, I head right over for my morning liposuction. lot better. Then it's time to see my chiropractor. Boy, there's nothing like a beauty treatment. Next up, a little body work. With the show only hours away, I've got to round up some writers.
You boys looking for work? I need some comedy writers. Pays $10 a day and a can of Spam. Take it or leave it. Hey, how about you, buddy? You coming?
Sorry, pal. I'm waiting for Keenan. He pays 15.
Fine, fine. And as we get closer to showtime, the talent department comes into my office to brief me about the guests.
Now, whatever you do, Jay, don't mention the rehab, the hookers, the cross-dressing, the knocking off a 7-Eleven, the biting incident, the drunken shooting spree, showing up nude at the Emmys, or the restraining order. That's all behind him now.
Right, okay.
Remember, the movie was very funny. Very funny.
Really funny. Really enjoyed it. Okay, just one more time now. Which one is the regular model? Which one is the supermodel?
I'm not good at this. Supermodel?
Wrong!
Then comes that very important time in my dressing room, just moments before the show begins.
Remember, the wise man walks always with his head bowed, humble like the dust. Always strive for internal harmony, for if you have inner peace, everything else will follow.
Oh, that's great. Any other advice?
Yeah. Never buy slacks through the mail.
Great. Yeah. Oh, I gotta go. Thanks.
Sure.
Never buy slacks through the mail. Be right back with Ellen DeGeneres right after this.
Hi, welcome back. I hope everyone had a great summer because I sure did.